Now, Good Morning Northwest breaking news. A deadly head-on crash kills 2 drivers and has I-90 shut down near Altamont and has been for hours. What we're learning about it and how it could affect your morning commute.
Clear and cold mornings with some afternoon showers coming in yet today. Not so much tomorrow, but the weekend, some big changes. We'll have that for you coming up.
Early this morning, police move in on protesters tearing down barricades, arresting demonstrators on the UCLA campus. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now.
Thanks so much for being with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Brandt. Today is Thursday, May 2nd. We want to start with breaking news today. 2 people died this morning in a head-on crash. According to Washington State Patrol, it happened just after 12:30 on westbound I-90 near the Altamont exit. And right now, westbound I-90 is fully blocked and traffic is being diverted onto Altamont.
Allison Martinez live on the scene. Allison, what's the impact of traffic right now? It's been blocked for hours.
Yeah, that's right. Good morning. We're right here at the Altamont exit. Right behind me, you can see the very beginning of this closure. Now, traffic in the area before this closure is slow. That's beginning just before Freya. That's when things are moving very slowly here. You can watch these drivers being diverted off of I-90 onto the Altamont exit. And as they make their way through that detour, that area is moving pretty slow here as well. But as they get back onto the freeway up above, that looks to be moving pretty smoothly there. Now, as you said, this roadway has been closed for several hours now. According to Washington State Patrol, 2 drivers are. He says around 12:30 a head-on collision happened right here on westbound I-90 at Altamont. Now the roadway is currently closed for investigation. We did just speak to a member of WSP and they told us that they are expecting things to open up within 30 minutes. It just depends on how those tow trucks that we see right up ahead are doing. We'll be sure to keep you updated as we learn more information. But for now, reporting in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Allison, thanks so much for that update. Of course, we'll continue to track it all morning long.
Yeah, let's get to Mark now in your first alert forecast.
All right, we have a clear sky. We've got a cold start and temperatures right now for us 37. It's 31 into Coeur d'Alene. Winds to 7 miles an hour, not playing a huge factor there. Looking at the 4 things we need to know. That frosty start. I mean, we do have, again, a freeze warning for the Central Basin until 9 a.m. Mostly sunny today. A few afternoon sprinkles coming through out of the north. Bloomsday right now looks to be cold and wet. Currently 24 into Deer Park, 34 into Cheney, and we've got temperatures in the mid-30s as you look through the valley. Hayden, you're at 29 degrees this morning, so everyone dress up. We are going to see increased cloud cover later on today. 4 or 5 o'clock, we'll see the potential for some sprinkles or light showers. And then Friday looks to be dry and looking really nice. We're going to have today with, again, sunny conditions. Grab those sunglasses. 62 will be our high today, and the winds are going to remain relatively light.
This morning, more college campuses in crisis as protests over Israel's war in Gaza grow more confrontational.
Protesters clashing with police from New England to Wisconsin and overnight in California. Police responding after violent clashes there. Let's get right over to Sydney Charles at the Breaking Now desk for the new information overnight. Sydney.
That's right. On UCLA's campus, police breached a makeshift pro-Palestinian encampment a few hours ago, started arresting several people. The standoff between police and protesters has lasted all night long after demonstrators were ordered to leave and refused. This is a live look at the UCLA campus right now. I did see people being led away in zip ties earlier this morning. Now, the LAPD declared a citywide tactical alert last night. All of this developing one night after violent clashes between 2 protest groups. A brawl erupted when counter-protesters tried to break down a pro-Palestinian encampment. The violence unfolding for more than 2 hours before police moved in. UCLA is now vowing to investigate the response. And in Oregon, at Portland State University, protesters barricading themselves inside the library since Monday. Now, despite the school telling them to leave immediately, food and bedding was seen being delivered. In New Hampshire, police detaining multiple protesters at Dartmouth after an order to leave an encampment. And in New York City, this new video shows police clearing out an indoor encampment at Fordham University, arresting at least 15 people.
This is the New York City Police Department. You have been warned as per Fordham University to leave the campus. If you refuse to leave, you may be placed under arrest.
This comes after the NYPD made hundreds of arrests at Columbia and City University Tuesday night. And coming up in 30 minutes, more details on campus protests happening in the Pacific Northwest. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
And Gonzaga joins the long list of schools where protesters have gathered to demand change. Students are pressing the university to release its financial investments and divest from weapons manufacturers. Protesters say that includes companies like Boeing, Lockheed Martin, and Raytheon. Now, they say those companies are partners with Gonzaga in a program called the Inland Northwest Consortium.
It aims to bring an aerospace manufacturing tech hub to Spokane. Students are arguing by partnering with companies which contribute weapons to or supplies that further attack Palestine. Gonzaga is complicit in the rising number of casualties. About 200 people, students, faculty, and community members stood together, held signs, and chanted for change.
We open Instagram and we're seeing pictures of dying kids, and we're seeing the genocide happen firsthand, and we're also seeing the lack of response from the university.
The protest lasted just less than 30 minutes and remained entirely peaceful. Gonzaga says it is sending the community's request to divest from arms manufacturers and Israeli-backed corporations to the university's Board of Trustees and Investment Committee.
Spokane Valley fire investigators have ruled Tuesday's deadly house fire in Newman Lake an accident. The identity of the man who died in the fire has not yet been released. Now, this video was sent to us by a neighbor. It captures the intensity of those flames. As firefighters raced to the scene, the Newman Lake fire chief said they saw plumes of smoke, prompting them to almost immediately call for backup. About 5 minutes into the fire, firefighters were told the man who lived in that home was missing. As the house was engulfed in flames, crews weren't able to safely enter the home. The man's body couldn't be recovered for hours. Now, one neighbor who was at the scene told us Newman Lake is a tight-knit community, so this tragedy hits especially hard.
This is really tragic. I mean, at first it was just property damage, and now it's someone passed, so it's really bad. It's going to affect anybody all this summer.
Now, the Newman Lake fire chief said the family of the man who died has been notified.
Spokane Public Schools confirms to KXLY 4 News Now that Wilson Elementary Principal Christine Admire resigned. The resignation comes after a weekly newsletter in March upset some parents, students, and community members. It featured a music event that asked parents to dress students up as slaves and hobos. It was written by a music teacher, not the principal. Admire released a statement to parents last month saying in part, "Over the past few months, my family and I have been navigating challenges that have placed us under considerable strain." The school district has appointed another principal to step in for Admire. The city of Spokane is replacing its parking meters yet again. This time it says 200 dual space meters will be replaced with 400 single space meters. This is a look at the area. Replacements for the block shaded in red will begin Monday, while a second round of swap outs in the gray area will happen later this year. The city says moving to single space meters in the core will streamline the current parking space reservation process and improve customer experience. But you got to remember, they put those dual meters in 18 months ago.
Yeah.
So
hopefully it's an upgrade.
I thought we could have figured it out. It's now 9 minutes after 6.
Let's check back in with Mark Peterson here for a look at our forecast. It's a cold start to our morning here.
It's not that complicated. It really isn't.
Just read the instructions, people.
Not that hard.
I know. I'm telling you, I'm one of those guys confused. All right, so we've got a freeze warning till 9 a.m., which means cold weather into the Central Basin all the way through us. You're going to want to dress appropriately. We're going to have a full check of the forecast. The sun is up, and, well, it's going to be a nice couple of days.
What was it like 50 years ago when the world descended on Spokane for the World's Fair? Well, you can dig into the Expo 74 archives yourself. We'll tell you about it.
And a massive cyber attack hitting a third of all Americans and their healthcare providers. What we've learned about how hackers pulled it off and the huge ransom they got away with. That's coming up.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Whether you're hauling your boat to the lake or a team full of soccer players,
Perfection Tire carries a full line of Cooper tires with advanced safety features, warranties, and competitive pricing.
Nobody beats perfection. The race is on to save thousands during the 72-hour kickoff sale at Cal, where they are marking down rigs to sell fast, plus delaying all payments until August 1st with a complimentary 2-year service maintenance plan included today through this Sunday at Cal.
Want free college or career training? It's possible.
Category. Things you'll hear on Jeopardy Masters this season.
Who is Aquinas?
What is cuneiform?
What's vulcanization?
What's potty training? Which terrifying possibility will it be?
6 of the greatest minds to ever take the Jeopardy stage compete for $500,000.
You're both slightly competitive humans.
And the title of Jeopardy Masters champion. You feel like to win Jeopardy Masters, it's going to have to go through you?
That is how a final boss works, Ken.
Jeopardy Masters primetime event continues Monday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
I think I'm going to go with a 9-iron.
I'd suggest a 7. No.
Oh. Did you know that if a bird picks up your ball, you got to follow it? Oh, there it is. I think it's to the right.
Nah.
Is this it?
Nope, not it.
More! Can I be frank? At STCU, we're always here to advise and consult, even if you want to go at it your own way.
Let's see what you've got, Frank.
I think we should talk.
STCU Business. Partner up.
It's Coeur d'Alene Casino's Core Stars Entertainment Series.
Damn
Don't miss Scotty McCreery, one of country music's biggest stars, live Thursday, May 2nd. It's No Holds Barred Entertainment at King of the Cage, featuring upcoming MMA stars on Thursday, June 13th. Tesla's bluesy and soulful sound is still roaring and soaring live Thursday, July 25th. Visit CDACasino.com to buy your tickets now and check out the full Core Stars lineup.
Winning is just the beginning.
Whether you're going on a long trip or just your daily commute,
Perfection Tires certified techs are your trusted resource for efficient, cost-effective repairs and routine maintenance.
Nobody beats perfection.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
It is 6:12. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. New fallout from the devastating cyber attack on a major healthcare company affecting up to 1/3 of Americans and their doctors.
The cyber attack was months ago, but now the CEO is shedding light on how the hackers pulled it off and the $22 million ransom that was paid. CEO Andrew Witte in front of the Senate committee yesterday saying the hacking group Black Cat broke into a crucial data system, stealing massive amounts of patient data. Now, doctors were left without a way to fill prescriptions or be paid. Some doctors still not paid after 9 weeks. Witte says United Health will now require multi-factor authentication. He says the breach cost the company $900 million, not including the $22 million ransom payment.
Pro-Palestine demonstrators at universities are getting a response from D.C., but it might not be what they had in mind. The Anti-Semitism Awareness Act heads to the Senate after passing the House with strong bipartisan support yesterday evening. The ACLU argues the legislation could stifle free speech on college campuses. The bill defines anti-Semitism as, quote, a certain perception of Jews which may be expressed as hatred toward Jews. And it would make the Education Department use that definition to enforce anti-discrimination laws.
It is 6:14. Here's a look at your 10-second takeaway. It's going to be a frosty, cold start, so yeah, a jacket would really be great. Isolated showers coming in later on today. Our high, warmer than yesterday, 62.
Well, just in time for the 50th anniversary celebration of Expo 74, the Northwest Museum of Arts and Culture has a new expo exhibit opening this Saturday. The MAC went through 246 boxes of archival materials for the exhibit, including photos, newspaper clippings, and even some old KXLY film footage. Now, inside the exhibit, you'll see things like one of the original gondolas from Expo 74, a miniature garbage goat, and a whole lot more.
We also have one of the costumes that Liberace wore during his performances over the 4th of July. And, you know, Liberace was known for his ostentatious, over-the-top kind of personality. And to kind of see that here and have that here is just really cool.
So awesome. If you'd like to check it out for yourself, the expo exhibit runs through January.
I can't wait to see it.
I can't wait either. Just all that history in there. So fun. Your Good Morning Northwest time is 6:15.
From a near total abortion ban taking effect in one state to another state repealing a Civil War era ban. We look at the controversial face-offs happening around the country right after the break.
And as we send you off to a break, here is a live look at your Thursday morning. The sun is coming up and shining bright. More Good Morning Northwest is coming up right after this.
It's more than a necklace. Celebrate the moment. Tracy Jewelers.
Prosser Digestive Health Center is now offering gastroenterology services daily, including weekends. Board-certified gastroenterologist Dr. Jack Brandenburg provides the full spectrum of digestive health care. His services include colon cancer screenings, treatment for swallowing problems, inflammatory bowel disease, liver disorders, and more. To schedule an appointment, call Prosser Digestive Health Center at 509-786-5599 or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
Want to instantly look more attractive and years younger? The solution is whiter teeth. But you love coffee and tea, maybe even wine or smoking, and all of them stain your teeth and make them yellow. It's time you discovered Power Swabs, the fast 5-minute revolutionary treatment.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. He said, "What have you been trying?" I said, "Well, I've tried this product called Power Swab." And he said, "I can't believe how white your teeth are." From that point on, I've been sold.
Power Swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first application. After 5-minute daily treatments for the next week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Power Swabs will whiten natural teeth and remove stains from veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns.
This is a Power Swab smile. This is a Power Swab smile.
Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now to receive 50% off this Mother's Day. You'll also receive the Power Swab Stain Out Quick Stick, absolutely free. And in addition, you will get free shipping.
During Mr. Casino Hotel's 30th anniversary, you get to choose your grand prize. Earn entries now by playing your favorite games. The more you play, the more chances you earn to win. If you win, you get to choose between $30,000 cash or a $45,000 credit to buy whatever you want at Country Chevrolet in Colville at Mr. Casino Hotel, north of Spokane on Highway 395.
Every life lost to an opioid overdose is a big deal, especially to the friends, families, and communities left behind. But one small act can make a big difference. Naloxone, or Narcan, can reverse an overdose from opioids, including fentanyl. Almost every time it's used, naloxone saves a life. When they carry and use naloxone, friends save friends, brothers save sisters, parents save their kids. And that's huge. Find naloxone and learn how to use it at wafriendsforlife.org.
It's more than a necklace. Celebrate the moment. Tracy Jewelers.
4 News Now is brought to you by Jacobs Custom Living. Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's now 6:18. Abortion showdowns are happening right now in multiple states. Arizona is set to officially repeal a ban on abortion, as Florida's near total abortion ban is already in effect. ABC's Perry Russum is in Washington, D.C. with the latest.
And hurts with Today, Arizona Democratic Governor Katie Hobbs is expected to sign into law a bill repealing the state's controversial Civil War-era abortion ban.
You have passed House Bill 2677.
The bill repealing the ban narrowly passing the state Senate yesterday.
I believe that not only does life begin at conception, but that life is precious.
I appreciate the passionate religious convictions of members who have risen to announce their faith. I respect it. My beliefs are different from yours.
The Arizona vote coming as Florida's new 6-week abortion ban went into effect.
I'm in clinic this morning upstairs and was just running down because we are having patients who are 6 weeks, 4 days pregnant, 6 weeks, 3 days pregnant, and we are telling them we can't help them.
Planned Parenthood of South Florida CEO says there is now an abortion desert in the South.
This is a fight for freedom.
The Biden campaign making this a key issue on the campaign trail.
Because of Donald Trump, more than 20 states have abortion bans. More than 20 Trump abortion bans.
Yesterday, former President Trump doubling down on a Time magazine interview where he said it's up to the states if they want to monitor pregnant women to make sure they comply with the law. And it's up to the states if they want to prosecute women who violate the law.
It's up to the state. They'll ask me a question about it. I say that's up to the state.
Abortion will be on the ballot in several states this November, including Pennsylvania, Nevada, Arizona, and Florida. Perry Russell, ABC News, Washington.
Here's your live look this morning at downtown Spokane. It is a cold start yet again.
Grab the jacket as you're heading out the door for sure.
It's going to get better. I can't guarantee when, but it will get better.
Well, I mean, theoretically, this isn't terrible later.
This is not bad. We're finally going to get in the 60s. We're going to be 62, sun to clouds, wind south 5 to 10 miles an hour tonight. Temperatures down to 37. We will see another cold reaction to this in many areas because we're going to have a fairly clear sky in the early morning hours. We look at our forecast radar and we're seeing, again, and these models have been spot on for the timing of these showers coming through. So sprinkles or light showers coming through out of the north, crossing over us a shorter period of time than yesterday and the day before, less of it again compared to yesterday, and then we're going to see Friday move into Saturday. This is where we see this wet weather. This is yet another computer model that's bringing this in earlier, having it hang out, which could drive it out of the area around Bloomsday. So again, we're really trying to keep a close eye on this. 62 today, 59 into Coeur d'Alene. Temperatures nearing or at 70 degrees for the Tri-Cities. Our planning forecast, plan on a warm up, sunny, beautiful Friday, 65 degrees. Temperatures above average for the first time in a while. 67 on Saturday, but we're going to have scattered showers. Again, Bloomsday, high of 50. Race start into the mid-40s, so it will be cool-ish.
That's for sure.
I wouldn't even say the ish. I think that's cool.
Yeah, period.
Straight cool.
Mark, thanks. It's now 6:22.
It's been almost 4 weeks since the end of college basketball season, and since then, we've seen a lot of movement, especially here in the Inland Northwest. And the Zags are the latest victim of the transfer portal. We'll tell you more when we come back. That's next in Morning Sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Get ready for her life, her music, her legend. Live on stage, The Cher Show. May 18th and 19th only. Get tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Buenos dias, I'm Eddie Garcia and we're building this house.
Hey, I'm Tanya Galvez. I work at Par Lumber. And we supply Eddie with all the materials he needs.
Par, your total home building source since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you gonna build?
When it's time to protect your home, call Everhart Painting, Spokane's premier painting contractor. Everhart Painting takes care of every detail and backs the results with their industry-leading warranty. Call now for our spring special. Everhart Painting, your painter for life.
At Denver Mattress, comfort comes easy, but peace of mind is a bit tricky. And no, we can't give you a bedside psychoanalyst. Beat it, Sigmund. But you can rest easy knowing every mattress is backed by our 365-night Better Sleep guarantee. And during the Super 7-Day sale, check out the Summit for only $299.99. Or get a $300 gift when you purchase any Tempur-Pedic. Plus, no interest until January 2029 and free shipping. Comfort, peace of mind, and a great night's sleep. Only at Denver Mattress.
My name is Bob Rambo, and this is my Summit Cancer Center story. I had lymphoma. I was kind of scared to death, and the doctors recommended I go to Summit Cancer Center. Everybody on the staff there is super neat, nice, and it's kind of like a homecoming. I had lymphoma, and they cured that. I'm very thankful for this cancer center.
Her friends were murdered in the house they all used to share.
That could have happened while I was there.
Now she's telling her story in a mission to keep every student safe. Watch The Roommate's Promise, Tuesday, only on 4 News Now at 6.
It's Coeur d'Alene Casino's Core Stars Entertainment Series. It's no-holds-barred excitement at King of the Cage, featuring up-and-coming MMA stars Thursday, June 13th. Tesla's bluesy, soulful rock sound, still roaring and soaring live Thursday, July 25th.
I love you just the
Don't miss Parmalee, contemporary country hitmakers, live Thursday, September 12th. Visit CDAcasino.com to buy your tickets now and check out the full Core Stars lineup.
Winning is just the beginning.
Welcome into Morning Sports. I'm Julian Minenso. According to the Field of 68, freshman guard Luka Kranovic for Gonzaga has entered the transfer portal. Kranovic only played about 8 minutes a game, and with most of the roster returning, his playing time is most likely going to be limited next season. Gonzaga is also expecting Steele Venters to return from injury and Pepperdine transfer Michael Ajayi to play big minutes. Kranovic missed a chunk of the season after breaking his hand in December. He also didn't travel with the team for their Sweet 16 matchup with Purdue because of a non-COVID related illness. Kranovic is the third Zag to leave the program this offseason. The Seattle Mariners dropped the final game of its 3-game series against the Atlanta Braves by a score of 5-2. Seattle still took 2 of 3 from Atlanta. The Mariners will now hit the road for a 3-game series with the Houston Astros starting on Friday. And the Spokane Indians defeated the Eugene Emeralds 6-4 on Wednesday. The Indians scored the first 5 runs of the game and really never looked back. These teams are back at it at 6:35 tonight from Avista Stadium. And that'll wrap us up for Morning Sports.
It is now 6:26.
We continue following some breaking news this morning. 2 people are dead in a head-on crash on westbound I-90. After the break, Allison Martinez is live with what we know and how this could impact your morning commute.
Plus, the University of Washington joins the nationwide protest on college campuses. A look at the scene in Seattle coming up. But first, a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America starting at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, one-on-one with the senior vice president of Novo Nordisk, the maker of weight loss drugs Ozempic and Wegovy.
Demand is still outpacing supply and there are shortages. So how can your company catch up?
Novo Nordisk now announcing it is investing $6.5 billion to ramp up production, but there are still shortages.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
Many questioning the future impacts of these popular medications.
What if we could actually prevent obesity altogether? When you start seeing the societal shift and change that medications and treatment options can bring in a very, very undertreated disease, I think that there's a lot of possibility in the future.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more of our interview, including Novo Nordisk's response to a Senate committee's investigation into the costs of these drugs. With your GMA First Look, I'm Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
For people who feel limited by the unpredictability of generalized myasthenia gravis and who are anti-AChR antibody positive, season to season, Ultomiris is continuous symptom control with improvement in activities of daily living. It is reduced muscle weakness. And Ultomiris is the only long-acting GMG treatment with the freedom of just 6 to 7 infusions per year for a predictable routine I can count on.
Ultomiris can lower your immune system's ability to fight infections, increasing your chance of serious meningococcal infections, which may become life-threatening or fatal, and other types of infections. Complete or update your meningococcal vaccines at least 2 weeks before starting Ultomiris. If Ultomiris is urgent, you should also receive antibiotics with your vaccines. Before starting Ultomiris, tell your doctor about all of your medical conditions and medications. Ultomiris can cause reactions such as back pain, tiredness, dizziness, limb discomfort, or bad taste. Ultomiris is moving forward with continuous symptom control. Ask your neurologist about starting Ultomiris.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by End the Violence.
Take advantage of the tax credits you can, including the annual Washington State Working Families Tax Credit. You can get money back on state taxes already paid. Visit workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
4 News Now and STCU are teaming up for a one-day Coats for Kids closet cleanout. Gather up your gently used winter jackets and donate them to us all day, Thursday, May 16th. Find a list of locations on KXLY.com.
Have you worked or enjoyed the outdoors in Lincoln County before 2014? You may have been exposed to harmful Libby amphibole asbestos. Get your free asbestos health screening today. Don't wait. Early detection is key. Contact the CARD clinic at libbyasbestos.org.
Imagine if information came with a nutrition label. Then you'd know if what you're consuming has the right mix of facts, sources, and context. But it's on us to make healthier choices about what to consume, share, and act on. Get Newslit Fit at newsliteracyweek.org.
If you'd like to improve your sleep on a new Serta or Beautyrest mattress, then you're going to love the Sit, Sleep, and Relax sale at Walker's Furniture, where the Memorial Day savings are starting early with big discounts on Beautyrest, Serta, and over 40 more styles of the best name brand mattresses. Plus, special 5 years financing is available with no money down, so you can improve your sleep today and pay over time. Plus, get up to $300 of additional free furniture with select sets sold this week at Walker's.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
We start this half hour with breaking news. 2 people died this morning in a head-on crash. According to Washington State Patrol, it happened just after 2:30 on westbound I-90 near the Altamont exit.
Right now, I-90 is fully blocked. It has been for hours. Traffic being diverted onto Altamont. Allison Martinez is live on scene. Allison, we are learning some new details about the crash and what happened.
Yes, that's right. Good morning. We have just learned new information. According to WSP, a 24-year-old woman was driving along westbound I-90 going the wrong direction, and she collided with a 59-year-old man. This happened right here at the Altamont exit. You can see that closure here up ahead. Now, traffic is still currently blocked off this morning. Drivers are being diverted off I-90 on the Altamont exit. That detour is going very slow. We're seeing slowdown starting as early as Freya, continuing through the detour until people get back on the freeway. Now, according to Washington State Patrol, we should expect the road to open back up in about 10 minutes. Again, this was a head-on collision with one driver going the wrong way on I-90. We'll be sure to bring you more updates as soon as they become available. WSP says there's no drugs or alcohol involved. Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
Allison, thanks so much for that update.
All right, let's check in with Mark on our first alert forecast.
All right, good morning, everybody. So a chilly start, getting colder into Coeur d'Alene, down to 29 degrees, 37 for Spokane, but there are areas of 20s in around our area. Look at the 4 things you need to know. That frosty start we have, clear and cold, mostly sunny today with increasing clouds, then bringing in late afternoon sprinkles, and then a cool, wet Bloomsday is right now what we're expecting. 31 into Post Falls, 24 Deer Park, Cheney at 34 degrees, so mild. We see that in the valley and downtown as well. All right, here is yet another computer model showing that next system coming off the coast. For tomorrow evening, it looks to be dry with wet weather all the way down into California. That's going to push, and by Saturday morning, we see that coming in, and it looks like, if this holds true, that Sunday would be more scattered showers, and that would be a benefit to those who are walking or running Bloomsday. For today, we're going to see, again, afternoon clouds starting to push in, sun and clouds at times with those sprinkles. High today, 62 degrees.
Mark, thanks. The man accused in the murders of 4 University of Idaho students returns to court today. Attorneys for Bryan Kohberger will ask a judge not to close an upcoming hearing where they will ask him to compel the state to hand over certain evidence. Now, prosecutors argue some of that material introduced has already been sealed, and both sides could be damaged if that information is made public in a court hearing. 4 News Now will stream that hearing for you to watch live on your TV's KXLY Plus app. It starts at 10 o'clock this morning.
At the Breaking Now desk, we continue to follow details on protests across the country. In the last 24 hours, hundreds of people have been arrested as unrest continues to grow on college campuses nationwide. Some of that unrest happening on the University of Washington campus just yesterday. One freshman holding the flag of Israel blocked by a group of pro-Palestinian protesters. One person stole the flag and stomped on it, leading up to another confrontation, while another protester claims they are the ones being harassed.
People will try to provoke anti-Semitism from protesters.
Now, what started out as about 15 tents set up by pro-Palestinian protesters turned to more than double that in a matter of hours. Messages written in chalk on the university's campus say the encampment is a safe space for all, and they welcome people to stop and talk as they protest Israeli military's action in its war with Hamas in Gaza. Jay Prusker stayed overnight and says this demonstration will continue until the university meets their demands.
Specifically, just to say genocide is unacceptable, it will not happen on our watch, and we will protest however we can in order until it's over.
Plus, divesting any interest in Israel and cutting ties with Boeing, this encampment has drawn the attention of just about everyone who walks by. Some support the group's right to free speech, and others don't believe the protesters' demands are realistic. Now, in the last 2 weeks, more than 1,600 people have been arrested at 30 schools across the country. In many cases, outside agitators are being blamed for firing up student protests. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
President Biden plans to cancel $6.1 billion in student debt for borrowers misled by the Art Institutes. The White House says this benefits 317,000 people who previously attended the schools. The Department of Education found the Art Institutes misled prospective students about graduates' job placement rates and average salaries. The network of for-profit art schools closed permanently in September of 2023. So far, a total of nearly $160 billion in student loan debt has been canceled under Biden for nearly 4.6 million borrowers.
2 teenagers have been arrested for a drive-by shooting at Chief Gary Park. Spokane police say 18-year-old Hunter Simmons and a 17-year-old boy joined an argument between a number of young people at one side of the park Tuesday night. Someone fired shots and then 2 drove away. Patrol officers then pinned the car, detained them, and found a gun in the vehicle. They're charged with a drive-by shooting. Police haven't found any victims. Anyone who knows any information about this incident should call Crime Check. That number is 509-456-2233.
$25 a month. That's how much the Airway Heights Police Department is asking the average homeowner for to improve public safety. Police say with older vehicles and not enough officers to fight increasing crime, this levy is necessary to keep the city safe. Some homeowners are concerned about having to pay even more than they already do. The average cost of one officer, along with the police car, costs about $200,000. And the Airway Heights Police Department says it needs 4 to keep up with rising calls for help. While they are resorting to a tax measure, they're telling us that the police department, this is their last option.
We've heavily invested in an aggressive grant management program to try to facilitate extra services through grants, but grants can't do it alone.
If passed, this levy would cost $8.3 million over the next 6 years.
The Liberty Lake County Park will be closed for day use parking through the summer months. The main parking area will be redesigned with some new sidewalks, paved parking, and a new swim dock, as well as a kayak launch. Those are just a few of those features coming to the park. The park will remain open in a limited capacity to registered camping and shelter reservations. Construction is expected to take until September. And in Idaho, the parking lot at Falls Park is now closed for the next 3 years. Visitors should use the parking lot down the street while the North Channel Dam is under construction. Now, this project is expected to be completed in 2027. Your Good Morning Northwest time is 6:37.
Mark is back, taking a look at what you're dealing with this morning, and is cold.
Clear and cold. Freeze warning starting to now get smaller, but still along I-90 all the way through Moses Lake, Mattawa, Deer Park, Davenport, Reardon, Highway 2's north and westbound, sure. Right now, we do have a clear sky. It is chilly out there with temperatures into the 20s throughout many of our smaller towns and Coeur d'Alene. Your full forecast is coming up.
Also, still to come, history leveled on the Sacred Heart campus. What is to come for this site now that Mary's Place has been demolished?
Plus, it will be busy with Bloomsday and XL 74 anniversary celebrations kicking off this weekend. What you need to know as you make your way downtown. That's next.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Have you worked or enjoyed the outdoors in Lincoln County before 2014? You may have been exposed to harmful Libby amphibole asbestos. Get your free asbestos health screening today. Don't wait. Early detection is key. Contact the Card Clinic at libbyasbestos.org.
And now a joke from Yolk's Fresh Market. What do you call a fake noodle? An imposter.
Could you write a letter telling us what you're most thankful for?
Game,
you.
Dear Dr. Latanza,
Before I met you, I couldn't write. Thank you for being
so kind. You've changed me for the better.
It is the caregivers on the front line that deserve our gratitude the most. Will you join with us in thanking all the doctors, nurses, and therapists, making sure that all of us are getting the care we need?
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
BECU would like to celebrate your mom this Mother's Day. Share a picture of your mom and tell us the impact she's made on your life. She'll be entered for a chance to win a $75 gift card, courtesy of BECU. Enter at kxly.com/momsday.
Don't miss the anniversary celebration at Quality Stoves and Spas. Create a spectacular outdoor oasis with Quality's large selection of outdoor furnishings, hot tubs, and swim spas at tremendous savings. End Saturday at Quality Stoves and Spas in Post Fall.
At Liberty Park, we've been growing our own since 1928, and we continue to be your go-to greenhouse for all your gardening needs, including custom container planting. We have a colorful selection of annuals, perennials, and hanging baskets. With several varieties of tomatoes and other veggie starts, we have all you need to kick off your vegetable garden. We also carry yard art, soil, and pots of all sizes and colors. Liberty Park Greenhouse and Garden Center is now open in the historic South Perry District.
How does free college or training sound? It's possible. Washington College Grant gives eligible people money for certificate programs, job training, apprenticeships, or college. Learn more at wagrant.org. That's wagrant.org.
Attention Kalispell, have you worked or enjoyed the outdoors in Lincoln County before 2014? You may have been exposed to harmful Libby amphibole asbestos. Schedule your free asbestos health screening on May 20th through the 22nd at the Hilton Garden Inn. Contact the Card Clinic to reserve your spot today.
Welcome back. The time is now 6:41. A historic house on the South Hill torn down. Mary's Place was a private home for decades as Providence Sacred Heart Medical Center built up around it. Diamond Parking purchased the landmark back in August. Now, for years, Sacred Heart, which towers above it, tried buying that property, but the original owner refused to sell. Now, the historic home is nothing but a pile of debris.
Just so much history being gone is really sad. I mean, think of all the stories and the family members that lived there and all the things that took place is just now a memory.
Now, Diamond Parking made the purchase for $4.5 million. The company told us it's explored every option for moving the house, but it ultimately didn't make sense. It added that Mary's son, George, gave the blessing. The carriage house to the left of the property is the last piece standing, and it will be converted into a rental property for anyone, including nurses at Sacred Heart, to use. Now, the remaining 28,000 square feet will be turned into a public parking lot.
It's a Thursday morning. Your 10-second takeaway. Yeah, it's cold outside, so make sure you've got a coat or a nice jacket. Isolated showers later on today, but should be less than yesterday. 62 will be the high.
To celebrate the 50th anniversary of Expo 74, you can ride Spokane Transit for only 50 cents on weekdays and for free on weekends starting this Friday, tomorrow. The discounted and free fares will run through July 5th. You can take advantage of them while you check in for Bloomsday this Friday and Saturday at the Spokane Convention Center. And speaking of that, Bloomies, you do need to find your race number in the email sent to you and use it to check in and to pick up your race bib. Once you're all set, there's also the trade show to browse, and out-of-town runners. You can check in Sunday morning if you need to before the race. For the times you need to check in, look for this story on KXLY.com. Good morning. Northwest time is now 6:43.
A man inches from death near Seattle triggers a warning of the dangers of flying debris, what he came face to face with right after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Ready for action? It's no holds barred as King of the Cage features upcoming MMA stars battling it out for their next big ticket fight. King of the Cage, live at Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, June 13th.
Winning is just the beginning.
Elite Tire and Suspension, your premier tire and suspension shop, can do it all. A family business that started right here in the Northwest, building their business and your trust from the ground up. Active in the community and committed to supporting schools and youth programs in the Coeur d'Alene and Sandpoint area. Elite Tire and Suspension, top-notch customer service, the best warranty in town, and easy financing. Their experienced team will keep you safe on the road with correct tires, suspension, and alignment. Call, click, or stop in anytime. Elite Tire and Suspension in Coeur d'Alene and Pend Oreille.
I'm Chad Young from the Easy Home Buyer, and I pay cash for houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast for cash, call us today for your no-obligation as-is cash offer. We buy houses in any condition, and there are no fees, no commissions, and no repairs. We buy houses with tenants, fixer-uppers, bare land, even haunted houses. Woo! Call us today or visit us online at theeasyhomebuyer.com.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
Looking for high quality and low prices? Then Furniture Row's Super 7-Day Sale is for you. That's 7 days to find huge savings on sofas and sectionals, accent chairs and recliners, dining groups, bar stools, bedrooms and kids' beds, mattresses, and adjustable bases. Complete the look with our massive selection of rugs and accessories. Plus, no interest financing until January 2029. Shop the largest selection at the lowest prices guaranteed. But don't wait. The Super 7-Day Sale at Furniture Row ends Thursday the 2nd.
You may be experiencing anxiety or stress regarding all the news about COVID-19. Optum is opening its emotional support helpline, providing access to specially trained mental health specialists. This is a toll-free number, and it will be open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for as long as necessary. This is a free service. 866-342-6892. That's 866-342-6892.
Tesla's bluesy and soulful sound is still roaring and soaring live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, July 25th. Get your tickets now for one of the 80s hottest bands.
Winning is just the beginning.
4 News Now is brought to you by Shriners Children's Spokane, the most amazing care anywhere.
It is 6:46, and we are following more breaking news this morning. The Spokane Fire Department just reported a marine rescue underway at East Upriver Drive and North Cuba Street. We are working to gather more information for you. We will have the very latest for you during Good Morning America. We are sending a crew there.
Well, a close call on the highway north of Seattle is leading to an urgent police investigation. A man on his way to work suddenly coming within inches of death. Here's ABC's Andrea Fujii.
This morning, a Washington man is sharing his story of survival after a steel beam came crashing through his windshield as he was driving down the highway, missing him by just inches.
Seriously, I thought I was dead. Everybody said, you know, I need to buy a lottery ticket last night because, yeah, I was lucky.
Gregory Sannon was headed to work north of Seattle when police say a man was seen throwing debris off an overpass. The beam, more than 4 feet long. Thankfully, no one was in Sannon's passenger seat.
He hit the car so hard, but I think he didn't hit me. He hit the steering wheel. Even the steering wheel even bent from the impact.
In Michigan, a similar case turned deadly. 5 teenagers were charged with second-degree murder after police say they threw rocks off a highway overpass in 2017. One rock crashed through Kenny White's windshield, killing him.
I just hope they realize their actions and how many lives they torn apart.
Later that same year, 4 teens in Ohio were charged with murder after throwing a sandbag from a highway overpass, killing Marquise Bird, a passenger in a car.
As for the case near Seattle, authorities don't know where that steel beam came from, as there are no construction sites in the immediate area. They're asking the public for any tips. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
Here's your live look this morning at downtown Spokane. It looks really pleasant out there, but it is cold.
Put a jacket on.
Yeah, it's a little bit chilly, and we're going to see, again, these cold conditions continue for another hour or two, and then we're going to see them warm up. 34 currently into the valley, 24 Deer Park, Post Falls 33, but Hayden, you're at 29 degrees. So, yeah, we're just telling everyone some layers heading out. 62 for the afternoon with a chance of showers later on. Should be less than what we saw yesterday. 37 degrees for the overnight low. We'll have a little more cloud cover tomorrow, so that's going to help. We look at our forecast radar again. It's sort of tough in the fact that we have a huge low that's coming down the coast. As it kicks in, we're going to see a dry day Friday in between the one exiting up into Canada and this one entering for Saturday morning. Now, this one shows, again, the backside of this by Saturday night, which could present itself with fewer showers for Bloomsday. That would be great news. As we get closer, everything becomes more accurate. 62 will be the high today, 59 into Pullman, 64 Ritzville. Again, we'll have the sunshine with afternoon clouds, more numerous showers north of Spokane. All right, Bloomsday, the average high 65. We're going to be colder than that. The coldest start, 34 degrees. We'll be warmer than that. But the rain, 13 times. It looks like we're going to add another digit to that for 14. But we will be a little warmer than the coldest and a little warmer, coldest start and finish, but not by much. 65 on Friday, Saturday 67. Here's your Bloomsday forecast. Overnight lows of 42, a 50% chance of showers. We're going to see the potential for morning showers there and a high of 50. Warming Monday, Tuesday, breezy with upper 50s expected there.
Mark, thanks.
Well, your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:49. Your morning sprint is coming up next.
Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest on your Thursday. We'll be back with the sprint right after this.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gamma Knife.
Want to instantly look more attractive, years younger, and even healthier? The solution is whiter teeth. Even teeth that are just a little yellow are a problem. They rob your appearance, make you look older, and can hurt your confidence. But you love coffee and tea, maybe even wine or smoking, and all of them stain your teeth and make them yellow. It's time you discovered Power Swabs, the fast 5-minute revolutionary treatment.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. He said, "What have you been trying?" I said, "Well, I've tried this product called Power Swab." And he said, "I can't believe how white your teeth are." So from that point on, I've been sold.
My absolute favorite thing was how easy it was. It takes literally less than 5 minutes.
Power Swabs has made a really big difference in lifting the stains and making my smile more beautiful.
Power Swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first application. And after 5-minute daily treatments for the next week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Plus, unlike other whitening methods, Power Swabs will whiten natural teeth and remove stains from veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns. Power Swabs are easier on your gums and cause less sensitivity.
I've used strips and trays, and they both gave me really sensitive teeth. With the Power Swabs, I've been using them for a week and nothing. I had hot coffee this morning and ice cream last night and no problems.
It's time to discover what you've been missing. Now, it's your turn to get started with Power Swabs.
I like my smile. I like my smile after finishing the Power Swabs.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swab smile.
Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now to receive 50% off this Mother's Day. You'll also receive the Power Swab Stain Out Quick Stick, absolutely free. And in addition, you will also get free shipping. Order right now and take the Power Swabs 5-minute challenge. If your teeth aren't a full 2 shades whiter after your first application, simply return it and you'll get your money back.
4 News Now and STCU are teaming up for a 1-day Coats for Kids closet cleanout. Gather up your gently used winter jackets and donate them to us all day, Thursday, May 16th. Find a list of locations on KXLY.com.
The race is on to save thousands during the 72-hour kickoff sale at Cal, where they are marking down rigs to sell fast, plus delaying all payments until August 1st with a complimentary 2-year service maintenance plan included today through this Sunday at Cal.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
The time right now is 6:53. It's time to get you ready to take on your Thursday in the morning sprint.
Sydney Charles breaking down the latest information on explosive overnight protests happening on college campuses.
Mark is tracking isolated showers and plenty of clouds in the forecast today.
But first, an early morning crash on I-90 killed 2 people and closed I-90 for hours. It just opened minutes ago. Let's get to Allison Martinez with breaking details.
That's right. Just a few minutes ago, this stretch of I-90 finally opened after several hours of miles of slowdowns. Now, according to WSP, around 2:30 in the morning, a 24-year-old woman was driving the wrong way along I-90 and collided with a 59-year-old man. That man and the woman are dead this morning. Now, WSP says at this point, it has not been determined whether drugs or alcohol were involved, but it doesn't appear that way. For more updates, you can head over to our website, KXLY.com. Reporting live in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
And more breaking news. The Spokane Fire Department just reported a marine rescue underway at East Upriver Drive and North Cuba Street. We are working to gather more information. We will have the very latest coming up for you during Good Morning America.
The man accused in the murders of 4 University of Idaho students returns to court today. Attorneys for Brian Kohberger will ask a judge not to close an upcoming hearing where they will ask him to compel the state to hand over certain evidence. Now, prosecutors argue some of that material introduced has already been sealed, and both sides could be damaged if that information is made public in a court hearing. Now, we will be streaming that hearing for you to watch live on your TV's KXLY Plus app. That's free to download. It starts at 10 o'clock this morning.
So a freeze warning until 9 a.m. along I-90 all the way to Moses Lake. In our first alert weather, you can see Ritzville now warming to 34, but Moses Lake at 29 degrees, Colville at 28, 29 into Coeur d'Alene. So the cold weather is here. Tracking this next system that's going to come in for the weekend. Friday looking great, but it's going to be Saturday that we see the rain showers really come in. Should be a pretty wet day. Our forecast today, increasing clouds. We're going to have some scattered light showers and a high of 62 degrees.
Spokane Valley Fire investigators have ruled Tuesday's deadly house fire in Newman Lake an accident. The identity of the man who died in the fire has not yet been released. As firefighters raced to the scene about 5 minutes into the fire, firefighters were told the man who lived in the home was missing. As the house was engulfed in flames, crews were not able to safely enter the home. The man's body could not be recovered for hours. The Newman Lake Fire Chief said the family of the man who died has been notified.
2 teenagers have been arrested for a drive-by shooting at Chief Gary Park. Spokane police say 18-year-old Hunter Simmons and a 17-year-old joined an argument between a number of young people at one side of the park Tuesday night. Someone fired shots and then the 2 drove away. Patrol officers detained them and found a gun in the vehicle. They're charged with the drive-by shooting. Anyone who knows any information about this should call Crime Check 509-456-2233.
More college campuses in crisis as protests over Israel's war in Gaza grow more confrontational. Protesters clashing with police, and then in this morning in California, police arresting several people on UCLA's campus. In Oregon, at Portland State University, protesters barricading themselves inside the library since Monday. In New York City, new video shows police clearing out an indoor encampment at Fordham University, arresting at least 15 people. This comes after the NYPD made hundreds of arrests at Columbia and City University Tuesday night.
And Gonzaga joins the long list of schools where protesters have gathered to demand change. Students are pressing the university to release its financial investments and divest from weapons manufacturers. Protesters say that includes companies like Boeing, Lockheed Martin, and Raytheon. Now, Gonzaga says it is sending the community's request to divest from arms manufacturers and Israeli-backed corporations to the university's Board of Trustees and Investment Committee.
Wilson Elementary Principal Christine Admire resigned. That resignation comes after a weekly newsletter in March upset some parents, students, and community members. It featured a music event that asked parents to dress students up as slaves and hobos. It was written by a music teacher, not the principal. The Spokane School District has appointed another principal to step in for Admire.
The city of Spokane is replacing its parking meters again. This time it says 200 dual space meters will be replaced with 400 single space meters. Replacements in the blocks shaded in red will begin on Monday, while a second round of swap outs in the gray area will happen later this year. The city says it's moving to a single space meters in the core will streamline the current parking space reservation process and improve customer experience. We'll have a last check of weather next.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Does anybody want my tomato? I don't know how anybody can eat those things.
You do know ketchup is made from tomatoes, right?
Her friends were murdered in the house they all used to share.
That could have happened while I was there.
Now she's telling her story in a mission to keep every student safe. Watch The Roommate's Promise, Tuesday, only on 4 News Now at 6.
At Ironstone Furniture and Fire, quality and comfort are the most important component to every piece of furniture. Visit the showroom for a great selection. of sofas, chairs, and tables. On sale now. Create comfort and find the latest trends, styles, and deals at Ironstone Furniture and Fire.
All right, give you a live look outside the Paulson Building. Oh, the pavilion going to be busy Saturday, no doubt about it. Well, getting there, it's going to be a little interesting with the weather. Today, it's going to be a beautiful but chilly morning, warming up to 62 with some cloud cover and isolated and scattered showers. Tomorrow, dry, mostly sunny and 65. Saturday, pretty good chance of showers and 67 degrees. But then that cold front comes in for Bloomsday. 50 for the high with overnight lows down to 42. Then we warm back up again Monday and Tuesday. Breezy, but temperatures into the upper 50s.
Hey, thanks so much for kicking off your day here with Good Morning Northwest.
We'll see you with live updates throughout Good Morning America, which starts right now.